Florida just changed the game for business owners, and if you're not paying attention, you could be leaving money on the table or walking into a legal trap. In this video, I'm breaking down 4 major Florida business law changes that are shaping how you operate in 2026. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how the Choice Act could lock you into a 4-year non-compete, how you might be saving thousands on rent starting this fall, and why the Protected Series LLC is about to become the smartest way to hold real estate, and why missing a simple annual report could kill your business. I'm Santiago Cueto, board certified international business law expert and best-selling author based right here in Miami, Florida. I've been helping Florida businesses navigate these exact changes, and today I'm giving you the roadmap that you need. Let's start with the scariest one first. The Choice Act. It went into effect July 3rd of this past year, and it makes Florida the most non-compete friendly state in America. Here's what's changed. Before the Choice Act, non-competes in Florida were capped at 2 years. Now they can last up to 4 years. 4 years where you can't work for a competitor. 4 years where your career is on pause. But it gets worse. The burden of proof has flipped. It used to be on the employer to prove the non-compete was reasonable. Now it's on you to prove that it's not. And they made it even harder. You need clear and convincing evidence. That's a really high bar. Most employees can't meet it. Here's who this affects. High earners making more than twice the county's mean wage. In Miami-Dade County, for example, that's about $120,000. In other counties, it might be less. If you're above that threshold and you work in Florida, your employer can now lock you in with these super-powered non-competes. And there's something called garden leave. Your employer can require you to give up 4 years' notice before leaving. During that time, they pay your base salary, but you can't work anywhere else without permission. After 90 days, you don't have to work, but you're still stuck. You're in limbo, collecting a paycheck but unable to advance your career. The courts have to issue preliminary injunctions now. If your employer files, the judge must stop you from working for a competitor unless you can prove their case has no merit. That's backwards from how it used to work. The takeaway here is simple. If you're signing an employment contract in Florida, you need to read it carefully, and you probably need a lawyer. Because once you sign, you could be locked in for years. Now, if you're finding this helpful, do me a favor and hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss future videos like this. I'm breaking down Florida business law every single week. Now let's talk about something that's actually good news. The rent tax is gone. Florida was the only state in the country charging sales tax on commercial rent. It was 2% at the state level, plus counties could add another 0.5% to 1.5%. Do the math. That's up to 4% extra on your rent every single month. This tax disappeared this last October. Now, if you're leasing office space, retail space, warehouse space, anything commercial, you're no longer paying that tax. For a business paying $5,000 a month in rent, that's $200 a month in tax savings. Over a year, that's $2,400. Over a 5-year lease, that's $12,000. That's real money. For bigger businesses, the savings are massive. A company leasing a warehouse for $20,000 a month saves $800 a month. That's almost $10,000 a year. Multiply that across multiple locations, and you're talking 6 figures in tax savings. Florida businesses will save about $900 million annually statewide because of this change. Now here's what you need to do. Check your lease. Make sure your landlord stopped charging you the tax on October 1st. If you're paying rent for periods after September 30th, there should be no sales tax on the invoice. Now if you prepaid rent for October or later, before October 1st, you already got the benefit. No tax on that payment. But if you're paying in arrears for rent before October, you still owe the tax on that portion. So update your accounting systems. If you have automated payments, make sure they're adjusted. This is cash you can reinvest into your business. Hire someone, buy equipment, Market harder. The rent tax repeal is one of the best things Florida has done for businesses in decades. Next up is the Protected Series LLC. This is brand new. It becomes available July 1st of 2026, and it's going to change how real estate investors and business owners structure their companies. All right, so here's how it works. You create one parent LLC, then under that one parent, you create multiple Protected Series LLCs. Each series has its own liabilities, and here's the key. The liabilities of one series doesn't touch the others. It's called horizontal liability protection. Let's say you own 5 rental properties. Right now, most people either put all 5 in one LLC or create 5 separate LLCs. If you put them all in one LLC, one lawsuit against one property puts all 5 at risk. But if you create 5 separate LLCs, you're paying 5 filing fees, 5 annual reports, 5 registered agent fees. It gets expensive, and it's a lot of paperwork. The Protected Series LLC solves this. You create one parent LLC, then you create 5 Protected Series under it. Series A holds property 1. Series B holds property 2, and so on. If someone sues over property 1, they can only go after that assets in Series A. The other 4 properties are completely protected. And you're only maintaining one parent entity, one annual report, one registered agent, way less hassle, way lower cost. This structure is perfect for real estate investors, but it's not just for real estate. Franchise owners can use it too. Each franchise location becomes its own series. Private equity funds can use it also. Each investment becomes its own series. Any business with multiple revenue streams or multiple assets can benefit. But there's a catch. You have to keep immaculate records. Each series needs separate bank accounts, separate bookkeeping. You have to document which assets and liabilities belong to which series. If you mix things up, a court can pierce the protection, and then you lose the whole benefit. This is not a set it and forget it structure. It requires discipline. Now, the law takes effect in July of 2026. The law takes effect July of 2026, so start planning now. If you're thinking about restructuring, talk to a business attorney before July 1st. Get your ducks in a row now so you can take advantage of this as soon as it's available. Now let's talk about something boring that can destroy your business. The Florida Annual Report. Every LLC and corporation in Florida must file an annual report between January 1st and May 1st of each year. Every single year, no exceptions, even if nothing changed. And the cost is minimal, $138 or so for an LLC and $150 for a corporation. Not a big deal. But here's where it gets serious. If you file after May 1st, there's an automatic $400 late fee. That's not negotiable. That brings your total cost to about $538 just because you were late. And if you don't file by the 3rd Friday in September, the state will administratively dissolve your company. Your business is shut down, you lose your legal protection, and you can't sue anyone. You can't enforce contracts. Your liability shield is gone. Everything you built to protect the LLC or corporation is now exposed. I see this happen all the time. Business owners get busy, they forget to file, or they think someone else is handling it. Maybe they hired a registered agent and assumed the agent would file for them. That's completely wrong. The registered agent only receives mail. They don't file your annual report. That's your job. The state sends reminders, but if you changed your email and didn't update it, you won't get that reminder. And the state doesn't care. You're still responsible. So here's what you need to do. Put a recurring reminder in your calendar right now. Set it for February 1st every year. Give yourself 3 months to file. That way, you're never scrambling at the deadline. And if you already missed a deadline, file now, pay the late fee, but don't wait until September hoping to save money. Because if your company gets dissolved, you'll have to file for reinstatement. And that costs another $100 on top of the annual report fee. Plus, you lose legal standing during that time. And if you operate multiple businesses, track each one separately. Each entity needs its own annual report. Miss one, and that entity is at risk. This is basic compliance, but I've seen 7 and even 8-figure businesses get dissolved because someone forgot to file a $138 annual report. Don't let that be you. These 4 issues are reshaping Florida business law right now. The Choice Act makes non-competes stronger and scarier. The rent tax repeal puts money back in your pocket. The Protected Series LLC gives you a smarter way to structure multiple assets. And the annual report deadline is a trap that catches thousands of businesses every year. Now, if you got value from this video, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I cover Florida business law every week, and I don't want you to miss what's coming next. I'm Santiago Cueto, your Florida business attorney. Be sure to watch more of my videos right here.